Hi, I'm Neal Dion from B93. Welcome to my kitchen, and I love the transition in recipes that take place in the fall because in my home, and I know in many of yours as well, there is a transition to locally grown produce that's prevalent in the fall, like squash, for example, typical fall and wintertime vegetable. It's one of the things that we really love in our house in the autumn. They're plentiful, they're inexpensive, and they're absolutely delicious. I'm going to show you one of the simple side dishes that my family loves the most, and it's simply a roasted acorn squash with some baking spices, and it makes the house smell so good, and it's absolutely delicious. Just begin with an acorn squash. I stopped at the brand new beautiful D&W at Nap in the Beltline and picked up some of these babies, and they're so easy to prepare. Let me show you here. Just split it right down the middle. Be careful. You want to have all 10 fingers when you're done. And you'll see the seeds and the stringy pulp here in the center. Just grab a kitchen spoon and get in here and do one of these. And then you have a beautiful cavity here that is all ready for stuffing. See? Boy, that was tough, huh? Let's get the other one out of the way. Same deal. Just get in there with a spoon, cut a nice little circle in the middle, and take out all the seeds and the stringy stuff. You can certainly roast the seeds if you want to. They're good on salads or just for snacking. A little drizzle of olive oil on them and some salt, and you're good to go. It's really delicious. Now, when you see these things are not flat. If you want to make this easy on yourself, just go back here like I do and take just a little tiny bit of the back of that squash off. Ta-da! Nice and flat. Won't slide around on you and spill butter and stuff all over the inside of your oven. There, nice and flat. Get rid of these. Now, sheet tray. Throw those on there. Now here's what I like to do. There's all kinds of combinations of things you can put in here, that's for sure. But one of them that we love is cinnamon and nutmeg and butter and brown sugar. I'm just going to put a little drizzle of olive. Phase 2 of this very simple recipe involves apples. The squash are in the oven baking right now, and I've picked up some Granny Smith apples at D&W at Nap in the Beltline, and I use these because they hold up to the baking and the high temperature so well. You can use any apple that you have, though. They're all good. It's all fine. What I do here is, oh, by the way, these are soaking in water with a little bit of lemon juice in it. It keeps them really nice and white and keeps them from oxidizing and turning brown. When I'm ready to use them, I just drain them. And then we head to the stove where I have a skillet with a little bit of butter in it, just melting away. Now you can put these in the squash too if you want to, just for simplicity's sake. But I'm going to do it this way just to get a little bit of extra flavor on them. Into the butter they go. I don't want to cook these necessarily all the way through. I just want to soften them a little bit and get just a little bit of color and that butter flavor on them. believe it or not, another little pinch of salt helps bring the flavor of the apples out. Really makes a difference when you're eating them. Just a little bit of salt on there. And now we go back to our baking spices. I'm going to grab the cinnamon, and I'm going to douse these guys with cinnamon. And I'm going to do the same with my nutmeg. Grab my little nut twister. Microplane works just fine. You can even use the stuff in the jar if you want to. That's fine too. And finally, the last of my brown sugar. Gee, does that smell good. Woohoo! Beautiful acorn squash with cinnamon and nutmeg. And now, finishing touch time. See, the brown sugar in here with the apples, on high heat, that brown sugar turns into a wonderful caramel. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and transfer these to my serving platter. Now there's beautiful apples with the caramel right on top, just like so. I wish I wasn't so hot right now. I'd dive in there head first. Now since I put sage leaves in, I like to garnish with a little bit of what's actually in the dish. And there we have your roasted acorn squash with cinnamon and nutmeg and apples and sage. And trust me, that is to die for. And the best news of all, I'm making this for 4 tonight. It cost me just a penny or two over $5. I hope you enjoy this as much as my family does. I'm Neal from B93. I'll see you at the grocery store. I'll be at D&W at Knapp in the Beltline. Until next time, time to eat.